Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kid Lee. The fourth and final day of E3 has concluded this year. It was a great show as always. So once again for this final day, I'll go over the list of all the great games that I got to see with a little bit of analysis on each one. The first game up on the list is The Evil Within. The Evil Within is an upcoming survival horror game being developed by Tango Gameworks. The game is played from a third-person's perspective. You play as Detective Sebastian. As the player, you and your partner rush to the scene of a gruesome mass murder. A mysterious, powerful force is waiting for them there. Witnessing the killing of fellow police officers one after another, Sebastian is then attacked and loses consciousness. Waking up in a land where monsters are wandering about, he has to fight his way through the world of death and his close friend's madness in order to understand what's going on. The game uses a very minimal HUD system and uses a movie-style camera framing. The Evil Within will be out for the Xbox 360, the PS3, the Xbox One, and the PS4 sometime in 2014. Next up on the list is Saints Row 4. Now if you're looking for a really crazy game, then this is the game for you. So Saints Row 4 is an upcoming action-adventure open-world game. As in previous games in the series, the player controls the leader of the 3rd Street Saints, who has now become President of the United States. As the President, you have to deal with an alien invasion as your friends get abducted and you have to go to their nightmare realms in order to get them back. The game is once again a sandbox type of game. The series combines elements of action, adventure, and vehicular gameplay. The players are able to freely roam the virtual world on foot or by use of vehicles and make use of arrays of weapons and melee-based combat. The game will feature a weapon customization system. 2 new multiplayer modes have been confirmed, one known as Dead Tag and the other known as Cat and Mouse. And finally, you will be able to import your character from Saints Row the 3rd. So Saints Row 4 will be available on the Xbox 360, PS3, PC on 8/20 of 2013. Next up on the list is the new Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. This version of Donkey Kong is an upcoming side-scrolling platform game in development by Retro Studios. Now, even though this game is known as sort of a side-scroller, this game does have some 3D camera spin in some sequences. The game's story focuses on a group of Viking creatures such as walruses, owls, and penguins that invade on Donkey Kong Island, forcing Donkey Kong to go against them with the help of his friends Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong. The game will feature new underwater levels, 2-player co-op, and picking up and throwing enemies along with the Super Mario 2 style like vegetable picking. The game does support the off-TV mode for the Wii U. So, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze will be a Wii U exclusive and will release in November of 2013. Next up on the list is the Tales of Exilia. The Tales of Exilia is a Japanese role-playing game and is the 13th core product in the Tales of series. The Tales of Exilia consists of 2 major areas, the field map and the battle screen. The field map is a realistically scaled 3D environment traversed by foot. The battle screen is a 3D representation of the area in which the players command the characters in battles against the enemies. In battle, you are able to swap to any character at any time. Tales of Exilia will be out for the PlayStation 3 on 8/6 of 2013. Next up on the list is Murdered Soul Suspect. Soul Suspect is an upcoming action-adventure game being published by Square Enix. The concept of this game is actually based on the movie Die Hard, but with a twist of what would happen if John McClane would have died in the events of that first film, yet continues to fight as a ghost. You play as the ghost of Detective Ronan O'Connor. Ronan investigates his own death to try and find the killer. He is able to take control of people, as he is not able to physically pick up anything in the real world. Murdered Soul Suspect will be out for the 360, PS3, PC in Q1 of 2014. Next up on the list is LEGO Marvel Superheroes. LEGO Marvel Superheroes is an upcoming action-adventure and LEGO building game currently being developed by Telltale Games. The game will feature gameplay similar to the other LEGO titles. Players will be able to control over 100 characters from the Marvel Universe, each with their own unique abilities and voices. The game will feature drop-in, drop-out co-op for local multiplayer, but it will have no online multiplayer. A custom hero maker will also be available in the game. LEGO Marvel Superheroes will be available for literally every system that's out there and will be released in Q4 of 2013. Next up is Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 is an action role-playing game with an open world. The game features gameplay mechanics similar to the previous games and has different character classes. The game world is going to be roughly twice the size as the original Dark Souls. The story will revolve around a cursed character trying to find a cure for his agony. Dark Souls 2 will be released for the Xbox 360, PS3, PC in early 2014. Next up is Sonic the Lost World. Sonic the Lost World is an upcoming action-adventure platforming game. Levels range from side-scrolling 2D levels to fast-moving linear levels to the ones taking place on spherical worlds similar to Super Mario Galaxy. Moving the directional controls will move Sonic at a moderate pace, allowing for more precision, or holding down the trigger will engage his running speed, then with an additional trigger allowing Sonic to use his spin dash move. The game will also see the return of Wisp powers introduced in Sonic Colors, which are now activated using the touchscreen. Sonic the Lost World is a Wii U exclusive and will be released on 10/13/13. Next up on the list is a game called Transistor. Transistor is a science fiction top-down strategy and hack-and-slash game in development by Supergiant Games. The game combines free movement in real time with turn-based strategy. The main character, Red, a young singer, has come into possession of the mysterious Transistor. The Transistor is a powerful talking sword. The enemy, known as the Process, wants both her and the Transistor and is coming after them. The core combat is hack and slash. The strategy comes in with a time freeze mode that lets you plan your attacks, then execute it. The game also uses a bit of cover to hide from damage and avoid enemies. Transistor is going to be released on the PS4 and the PC in 2014. Next up is one of my top 5 games from E3, The Division. Tom Clancy's The Division is an upcoming tactical shooter action role-playing game with open-world elements, being developed by Ubisoft Massive. Each person has their own world, and your choices affect what happens in that world. The Division is inspired by Operation Dark Winter and Directive 51, real-world events which reveal how vulnerable we have become as a society. In the game, a disease spreads on Black Friday, causing the United States to collapse in only 5 days. The players are part of an unconfirmed group that was established to combat that threat and do whatever it takes to save what remains. The game is set in the New York area and does have some MMO type elements. They didn't really talk about multiplayer too much, but they did show a little bit of it in the gameplay trailer that they did. They did mention that PvP is possible in the game. Now, the game itself, you are able to create your own custom character at the start of the game. There are also some RPG type elements in the game. When you level, you are able to put points into skill points and different classes. Now, at the start of the game, you do not pick a class. And they did say that you are able to swap skill points at any given time. The game also features a dynamic event system, meaning that all areas will not play the same or be the same each time you enter them. So, Tom Clancy's The Division will be out for the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 sometime in 2014. And the final game for Day 4 of E3 2013 is the Bureau XCOM Declassified. The Bureau is a third-person shooter with squad-based tactics. Set in the United States in 1962, the game tells the story of FBI Special Agent William Carter, tasked to investigate and stop an unknown extraterrestrial force that is threatening the very existence of humanity. The game is a prequel to all previous XCOM games, and with the third-person shooter element gets away from the sort of top-down squad-based strategy in favor of this new format. It still does use the shield, half-shield, no-shield for its cover system. So the Bureau XCOM Declassified will be out for the PS3, 360, PC, and will be released on 8/20/2013. So everybody, that is going to be the end of my official E3 coverage. E3, like I said earlier, it was great this year. It's a great show every year. So everybody stay tuned for all of the great stuff on my channel that I'll be posting a little later, and everybody keep playing and have fun.